What is going on, guys? 21 Maxwell here, and we are back with episode 33 of the TNA TEW series. We're continuing on our momentum and pushing on towards Against All Odds, our April pay-per-view. We are booking it yet again at the Licuria Centre in Pennsylvania in the tri-state region again. Just capitalising on our popularity there and hoping it spills on to other places round about. A word of warning, I booked this show at like 4 AM, basically couldn't sleep, so I thought I've got a few creative things in my mind, I'm going to just book a show right now, so I'm booking it, and this is me just getting a chance to kind of play it through and to see how we do rating wise on it. So I get 3 pre-show matches, 16 segments, and then just a post-show angle to thank the fans. So without further ado, boys, let's get kicking in and let's see how this show does for another week of total non-stop action. So we start off with our pre-show, which is in front of 8,331 people here, so that's a decent crowd. And what I've started to do, I also wanted to test this, was to increase the intensity, physicality, and just make the matches a bit more demanding, so we may see a lesser result, rating wise, because the fans may be a bit turned off by it. But we'll see what happens. So we start off with the return of Doug Williams to TNA. I've decided I'm just going to use him as an X Division guy just to help up-and-comers and stuff like that before moving him into the developmental. So in a match that had some good action, an average heat, Red Titus defeats Doug Williams in 10:43 with a Muff Diver. Red Titus makes defense number 5 of his TNA X Division title, a C rating 60. Doug Williams debuts his Wrestling Machine gimmick, which got a 100 rating, so that's perfect. And it says the intense physicality of the match was too much for some of the fans, so I'll know next time to tone that down a little bit. Even though it says Doug Williams was penalised for holding back slightly. Well, we'll need to look at that, and I'll need to reduce it anyway. The whole show is going to be booked like that. And the match has some good action, but not much to the heat. Eddie Edwards defeated Frankie Kazarian and DJZ in 9:54 when Eddie Edwards defeated DJZ with the chin checker. It's 56, C-, and again the intensity puts the rating down. And the match has some good action and average heat. Our last pre-show match, Kenny King defeats Volador Jr. in 7:18 by pinfall, and that's a 52D+. Volador debuts his Tanikio gimmick, and that's what it is, an 88. Good chemistry, but again the physicality was too much. So let's get kicking on with the actual show. The usual pyro. Technics go off, and basically Jim Ross and Mike Tenay introducing Hype Tonight's show, and the expected likes of Adam Cole, Austin Aries, Kurt Angle, DDP, Magnus, and Bobby Lashley are likely to have a 70C+. Jim Ross has now switched to a Legend gimmick. He got an initial 79 rating because his gimmick was poor and was kind of hampering some of our ratings for it. And 2 storylines continue on with that, not bad, no worker improvements. Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe come down to the ring. They take microphones and start talking to the crowd before eventually being interrupted by Adam Cole and Magnus. They have a big argument going back and forth on the microphone before things take a violent turn, and they start brawling. A whole host of staff hit the ring and try and break them up, and they're pulled apart. It's clear that a match is going to take place between them. That is your main event tonight. Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe against Adam Cole and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Magnus. And that gets a B- 75 in 2 segments. Carry on with that. Don't need to do that because it's already booked. And about that had solid in-ring action, but not much in the way of heat. Madison Rayne defeated Rosita in 6:03 with a raindrop, a 32E+. Rosita debuts a slut gimmick, which only got a 42. The intense physicality of a Divas match was too much, so again I'll need to work in that. And there's a way to bring Rosita back, but it's really hard to try and get Madison Rayne some momentum at the moment if this is the kind of ratings we're continuing to get. Kurt Angle announces to the audience that a big event will be taking place soon. He goes down a list of all the stars taking part in the event that no one will want to miss, and announces, they're not wrote it there, but announces there's going to be 1 star hopefully appearing that could just take TNA to the next level. And I get a 75 B- from Kurt Angle. Chris Hero has an interview with Christy Hemme in which he goes on and rant about how much he hates Austin Aries, a 70C+, and that continues the battle of the Independent King. And then a video airs, it's just basically a knockout segment promoting stuff, and it has Angelina Love, Beth, Christy Hemme, Serena, and Madison Rayne, so that's just a wee bit of filler there to pass more time. Then, having been ordered to leave the arena by DDP, Kurt Angle is being frog-marched outside by a group of security guards who escort him from the premises. The Battle of the Company storyline continues, and that gets a 75 B- rating. So Kurt Angle's gone. And the match had some good action, but not much to make the heat. Morrison defeats Christopher Daniels in 7:24 by using the ropes for leverage. 49D plus is terrible for those two. Really, I just struggle to get some momentum in Morrison as well. And again, the intense physicality, fans only feeling it. DDP calls Bobby Roode into his office and tells him due to his recent actions, he will be in a match against Tommaso Ciampa as punishment, and that gets a 69 C+. And that's also booked in for later on. And the match had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Brother Devon defeated Hawkins in 7:04 by disqualification. Only get a D44 rating, which is obviously just because we want to build up this Club Enigma against the Dudleys feud. And after it, Team 3D set up a table and then put Hawkins through it with a 3D, and that gets a solid 65 C rating, and that gets him a bit of revenge there. So I'm happy with that. And about it featured great action and average heat. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Bobby Roode in 8:54 by a fast counted pinfall from DDP using underhanded tactics. So DDP cheats Bobby Roode. Only gets a 45 D rating, which is quite poor. The Battle of the Company storyline advances. Bobby Roode's starting to come a little bit stale in his current role, so we need to change it up with Bobby Roode. Both improving their performance skills, so that's one positive, but the wrestling matches have been pretty dire so far. A graphic is shown, putting over the fact that Jim Ross has something important to say, and he'll be coming soon. I tell you guys, hopefully this star could be appearing in 2 weeks' time. A 73, and it's a B- rating there. And the match has some good action and average heat. Austin Aries and the Hardys defeat Chris Hero and the Model Citizens in 14:18 when Jeffro defeated Drew Galloway by pinfall with the Twist of Fate. The Battle of Independent King storyline advances. Again, they're complaining about the physicality. And Harry Smith, Austin Aries, Chris Hero and Jeff Hardy all improving performance skills, so that's good for a 54 C-. So we need to work on improving their ring action, definitely. Then Christy Hemmy's backstage with Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley. They're talking about this main event match coming up. It says Christy Hemme was very underwhelming, which is worrying, but a 68 plus. I mean, you look at somebody else to do interviews. And about the feature, great action and average heat. Magnus and Adam Cole defeated Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe when Adam Cole defeated Bobby Lashley by pinfall with a handful of tights. Great chemistry with Lashley and Joe. 2 storylines, the Central Belt and the King of the Throne progressed to the next level. Only gets a C61, and again the physicality put fans off, but Samoa Joe is improving his performance skills. And then post-show, Kurt Angle returns because obviously this is off camera. The charismatic Kurt Angle heads to the ring with a microphone in hand and welcomes, well, I would say thanks fans for turning up really. After thanking them for attending, Kurt Angle then rattles off a few shoot-style comments towards a couple of the promotion's rivals, before he further displays his gratitude to fans by dropping to his knees and bowing to various sections of the crowd. They turn in response by chanting the promotion's initials en masse over and over. It's a good there for Kurt. 79 B to end the show. Only negatives is Kurt Angle's morale and a cold crowd. So overall, shit. The show increased their popularity in 1 region but lost its popularity in 6. That's the worst show on the while, 64. I think that could definitely be improved if we work on the intensity, because that was a bit much, and the physicality. If we drop that back to roughly what it was at, I think we'll continue improving. It said a lot of people were like holding back, and I thought, well, how can we get people to attack more? And not always the points for that, but oh well, as I say, every episode is a work in progress and we're learning from it, so we'll see how it affects the rating, and hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully we can keep up with the kind of ratings we've been having. See what the fans said. It was good, although some found it underwhelming, so that's a wee bit poor. WWE have offered a new contract to Roman Reigns, and they're probably going to look at getting one to Emma as well. Dugong's heading for injury, Jesus. But let's see what our rating is anyway. Pray it's something good. Volador wants a better push, Doug Williams and Harry Smith need to heal, and we get a 4-2-9, so just down for last week, but still pretty decent. And hopefully, well, if we get the intensity in that right, we'll be kicking on from here. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was another decent episode. I'm quite happy with that. And mind now, we are only just 2 weeks away from Against All Odds. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.